I've never seen it.
And I'll explain because I realized that when I said Casino, I actually was thinking of Scarface.
I love this.
Okay, good. But
this is officially the beginning.
It's because I haven't really seen most mob movies, so they're all kind of similar.
Yeah.
So we'll get into it.
So we can get into it. I'll do an intro all on my own, so we can just talk about it right now.
Okay.
So here with Halle Kiefer, has never seen Casino.
I've never seen Casino.
But also had never seen what you thought you were doing.
I hadn't seen Scarface. When I said, I'll do Casino, I was thinking Scarface. And then I realized, no, I do know Casino, but there is a lot of similarities. And then some of the stuff I thought was from Casino was also from Goodfellas.
Sure.
So mob movies are a huge blind spot for me. So, but luckily they hit a lot of the same themes, okay?
Yeah, directed by one guy.
Yeah.
Is for sure one of their themes. We're also here with Jono Zalay. Thanks for being here, Jono.
Sorry for laughing too loud.
I don't know if you have seen Casino.
I have.
Great.
And
that's it for us today.
And I will say I looked up the names of the characters just so we could call them that because I wasn't sure exactly how to do it. But I still gleaned virtually no information. So I just want you to know I look on IMDb. I know it takes place at a casino. It was a mob movie. I think there's some.
Yeah.
I hope it goes from there.
So you're carrying like the weight of an entire genre.
Yes. Yeah.
Into this, but it is tough to decipher between them.
It's like you just see Joe Pesci, you
Yes.
see Ray Liotta, you're like, it's all kind of the same movie, isn't it?
It really, it's Pesci and De Niro. I actually watched Goodfellas yesterday as of this recording.
Because that's Ray Liotta.
I went through a whole rewatch of The Sopranos, and I have seen it, and my girlfriend had not seen it.
I've never seen one episode of The Sopranos.
She needed she was like, I got to watch something kind of... once we finished watching The Sopranos, she YouTubed James Gandolfini's Inside the Actors Studio, immediately.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, there has to be a healthier thing we can do. And so then we watched Goodfellas, and she's like, that was a good, come down from the show. Yeah.
Well, you've seen Casino, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I have seen Casino. I like it. It is long. We could talk about it and all that stuff.
Interesting.
It's
Wouldn't
so
have guessed.
Long. It is... I believe it's longer than Goodfellas.
Well,
it's sort of like someone makes their masterpiece and they're like, make another one. He's like,
so
finally, I can wax poetic.
I think they are just all the same movie stitched together, really. It's just a period piece that keeps going.
For hating cinematic universes, Scorsese sure has put one together for all of us, which is the Robert De Niro plays people that don't look his age cinematic universe.
And then I feel like it does have certain elements of Scarface, which is like the drug use, violence, a blonde woman, right? And so then I was like, okay, I think maybe that's why I got the confusion of the basic beats. Now he is Cuban in that movie. Is that De Niro?
In Scarface?
Pacino.
That's Pacino.
But is he supposed to be Cuban because he has the accent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. I realized that wasn't it, but when I agreed to it, I'm like, oh, sure.
I don't even think him. I think him being Cuban. Once he did the performance, whatever. It's you.
Yeah,
right.
Like
exactly.
that's just whatever. You're Al, just Al.
And I'm glad I realized that in time, so I was not necessitating either of you to do a Cuban accent for a movie where that I don't think happens.
Well, I'll do one for every character.
Thank
no matter
you.
what. We usually add accents in post.
Okay. Okay. AI.
They're all robots. Everyone
cool.
is a robot. Well, let's cast it, and then we'll talk here about these movies.
Okay.
And I think Casino being the middle of the Venn diagram of Goodfellas and Scarface isn't a bad place to be.
Yeah, it's interesting, sort of the things, especially from that era, that sort of seep into culture. And I have no connection, like the idea of the mafioso, but I have no context for what. Is there character development? Do you care? Or you're just like,
is it just cool for 3 hours?
Is it just shooting people in the head? Because that's what it seems like. A lot of
vibes.
whacking people. A lot of breaking kneecaps, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of Martin Scorsese calling in favors for soundtracks. Even though he is, the most famous director, there's no way he can afford these soundtracks. This guy is like, what if I played the Rolling Stones, something like a voice memo that Keith Richards has on his iPhone?
I'm going to say this, let me look at his IMDb. I'm not sure how many Martin Scorsese movies I've even seen. The more we
if you haven't seen any mob movies, there's one left that could be in your options.
I didn't see The Irishman.
The Irishman, The Departed, The Goodfellas, The Casino.
Did he do anything that wasn't?
Raging
That's a stupid
Bull.
question. I should know this.
Raging Bull, I guess, isn't a mob movie.
Damn.
He did a documentary about his parents that's very adorable.
I absolutely didn't see that. Didn't see Taxi Driver.
You may know his mom from Goodfellas.
Fuck.
I never made it through Mean Streets, but that exists as well.
Didn't see Mean Streets.
Mean Streets.
I did see Hugo. which might be one of his movies.
Yeah. Hugo, I think. Did everyone get Hugo for free on their computer?
I saw it with like my family. It came out around Christmas. It was like, what are we going to see with the family?
Yeah.
What is Hugo?
It's one of those movies that looks like Polar Express makes
horrible.
you feel.
Yeah.
Oh, yuck.
Where you're like, the animation in this makes my brain upset.
Yeah, like because it was 2011 and it was shot in 3D, but it wasn't. We weren't there yet. There was something really off about it. And it's about a little boy in 1931 Paris, 12-year-old Hugo, and he like lives at a train station.
Yeah.
I've seen this and I don't fucking remember.
And Hugo's like, Paris is going to be beautiful for the next 15 years. He keeps saying that the entire movie.
It's just the terminal, but child version.
Yes.
So way more illegal.
Oh, the terminal illness. He's terminal, I think is what they call it.
Yeah.
We had one of our great before and afters last episode, which was the Terminalinator, which
That's
is about
very
Arnold
funny.
Schwarzenegger getting stuck in an airport. And maybe the most fun word I've ever said.
Do you see how Arnold Schwarzenegger recently like made a video where he filled in like a pothole that hadn't been filled in a while in Venice? And then the city had to come back and say that wasn't a pothole, that was a trench for a larger road project that's about to begin. And he filled it with like hot asphalt, like he actually filled it in.
Oh, that's so funny.
And they're like, please don't do this. It is part of this.
Oh my
it
God.
is being fixed.
That's so funny. I remember Domino's had a promotion where they filled in potholes. Domino's really,
That's how good your
for
pizza
5 years,
is.
they were like, our pizza tastes like shit. And also, we're the government.
I mean,
And I was like, you are the best one now.
I need them to step up now. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, if anything, we need Domino's more than ever.
They're
Did you see Domino's abolished the Electoral College?
Let's finally.
They just have election tracker now.
That's all I could ask.
Okay, let's do the script here. This has
Okay.
been one of my goals in the podcast has been to get to the scripts within the
Great.
first half hour.
I love it.
And I'm 1 for 3 this month.
Okay, well, I'm excited.
So Casino, we know a little bit what you're bringing to it, which is the outside of the Scorsese Walden universe.
I can imagine when they're mobsters in a casino,
Yeah,
what they're doing in there. And they're getting up to no good.
Ugh.
sure.
I could be wrong. Maybe they're very law-abiding, but I gotta imagine it's a lot of casino-related mayhem.
I like to play
I love the
fair.
idea that Scorsese just has a movie about Robert De Niro really filed paperwork on time.
But, I think it's like a beautiful woman, cocaine, people getting murdered. I know I'm playing the hits here.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Cast it however you'd like.
Oh, okay.
And then if you want to do the wall-to-wall, the stage directions and
well,
everything.
I guess the main question is who thinks they could do the best Joe Pesci?
Jono was talking about that. He's why he wanted to come on the
Oh,
podcast.
great. Okay.
I mean, if Kyle's going to do Cuban, can I do him Jamaican?
I can't see why not.
I can
it's a
see why
respect
not, and it's the
Oh,
reviews
I
we'll
see.
get on
I-
iTunes.
you know, that's really fair.
I'll do neither, actually. I'll just do
Okay.
my own voice, but Pesci, I guess.
All right, so you'll be Nikki.
Yeah.
Kyle, you'll be Sam.
Great.
So, of course, you'll be doing De Niro.
Great.
And,
Inhaling Pesci, I call De Niro's voice.
oh, that's funny. Ginger with Sharon Stone. Does anyone feel up for a Sharon Stone moment?
Who's this?
Jono, I'm going to give
I
that
get.
to
Yeah,
you.
I'm going to go even deeper voice for
Even
Sharon
more
Stone.
Jamaican.
And then we have one line from an FBI agent, Kyle, if you wouldn't
I can
mind. And
cover
that's,
that.
as far as I know, that's the only people, based on what I know, are in this film.
I mean, I couldn't name anyone else.
Okay, great. And again, I did think Ray Liotta was in this movie for a moment until
Once
I realized
again,
it's not.
throwing the dart at the dartboard, you got a good odds.
I watched the trailer and I thought he still was like, I think Ray Liotta's in this. And then I looked at the IMDb, I'm like, no, that's some other guy that looks
Well,
exactly
Even
like Ray
after
Liotta.
watching the trailer, you're like, he's got to be in there
He's
somewhere.
gotta be in the background.
Is that him right around the corner?
You know what? Post-credit scene. It's when he shows up at the very end. He rolls up and whatever.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah,
He
that's
does.
cool.
He's there to collect the gems to make half of the universe disappear.
Right, because Goodfellas is a sequel, right, to Casino?
Mm-hmm.
It is a left-quel.
Okay, great.
Does that mean it's different universe but same sort of tone?
Yeah.
No, that's a word I made up. All right, let's do it.
Okay, so I'll read the stage directions.
Great.
Okay, great. Interior mob-owned casino. Sam Ace Rothstein, played by Robert De Niro, strides across the casino floor. He wears a money-colored suit with a matching tie and shirt, and it's obvious from his overall demeanor that he is in the mafia. We hear Sam narrating the scene in voiceover.
There's nothing like the smell of a casino in the morning. Smells like money. Smells like pussy. Smells like coins. So sort of irony and metallic, like when you hold a penny in your hand. Smells like being a man. Smells like the fucking mob. There's only one person who loves that smell more than me.
Sam turns to see Nicky Santoro, played by Joe Pesci, kicking a drunk slob in the teeth. The man's slot machine winnings tumble out of his big casino cup onto the maroon carpet as he collapses.
Don't you ever disrespect
Hell
my
yeah.
casino like that.
Yes.
You wear a collared shirt or I'll murder your entire family. You disgusting son of a bitch. I'll rip out your tongue and wipe my ass with it.
Nicky beats the man bloody in front of everyone. Fortunately for him, everyone is also in the mafia or addicted to gambling, so they're kind of used to this. A floor worker picks up the man's teeth along with his coins.
Yeah, that was just a regular day here at the casino. Your usual Tuesday afternoon. You know what? I think I'm kind of doing a decent Ray Liotta, unfortunately, but it's not a good Robert De Niro. Of course, I didn't know that day at the casino would change my life forever.
Interior casino. Sam sees Ginger McKenna, played by Sharon Stone, who blows on a disgusting billionaire's dice for good luck, and she looks good doing it.
Ginger was my kind of woman. Platinum blonde, legs up to here, and an underwritten sociopath. This seems normal to me because I am a man in the mafia.
Ginger winks at Sam and does a huge line of coke off or whatever they call that thing where people gamble, like the table thing. Anyway, as she walks by, Ginger bends over, revealing her full naked vagina. Sam is immediately in love.
Hot sluts and hot sluts.
Now, I did need to say hot sluts and hot slots, so we could take that again?
Okay, yeah. Hot sluts and hot slots, and it's only 5 a.m. Being in the mafia is incredible. The power, the money, the being a man. It will never blow up in my face. Or at least, that's what I thought.
Nicky hits Ray Liotta full in the mouth with a chain. He screams and kicks him in the ribs, shattering them.
You think this is funny? You laughing now? I'm going to invent a time machine, fuck your mother, and punch you in the face as she pushes baby you out of a rancid twat.
Oh, fuck. Wait, sorry. According to Wikipedia, Ray Liotta isn't in this movie. I think this is from Goodfellas. I got confused. Back to the casino.
Interior bar, and know that the bar is in the casino. Nicky lowers an elderly couple by their feet into a wood chipper. They beg for their lives.
By their feet? This is what I do to preserve the integrity of this mafia-owned casino. I'm not proud of it, Sammy, but I do enjoy every second of it. Now, eat shit in hell, you hysterical bastards.
This is all adding up to me. I see no downsides to this life I have chosen and see no impending repercussions for our actions.
Sam gives Nicky a huge thumbs up and smiles. Interior casino. Ginger, who is starting a 4-foot-tall pile of cocaine, flags Sam down as he carries a sopping wet bone saw to the casino floor. No, go ahead. Sorry, it's you.
Sammy, I need $5,000 for utilities.
Great.
Only because you are the hottest woman to ever walk the planet Earth, I will comply.
Sam gives Ginger a stack of cash. She immediately turns and starts fucking a much younger, hotter guy who is also in the mob.
Great.
No one reacts because it's honestly less shocking than the constant knee breaking and corpse dismemberment happening at the mafia-owned casino.
Love is a mysterious thing. A glorious song that the soul sings perched on the shoulder of God. The only thing I love more than this woman is being a man. And then right after that is being in the mafia.
Interior casino. Nicky, who is absolutely covered in gore and chopped up body parts of the people they have murdered while being in the mafia and running the casino.
Sammy, I got some bad news. The FBI has caught on to us.
Jesus, Sammy, because of how we're constantly disposing of people at the behest of the mafia?
No, tax fraud.
Oh my God. That's how they got the big mob guy, the one who died of the syphilis. You know the one. I'm starting to think I might not live forever. Me, a man, in the mafia. Damn, I did not see this coming. I better get as much sucking and fucking and doing drugs and murdering people as I can until then.
Interior FBI interrogation room. The FBI agent grills Sam about the workings of the casino. He is drenched in blood and has cocaine and $1,000 bills falling out of his suit pockets.
I'm not talking. This is a legitimate business we're running here. You know you're going to be killed either by us or your fellow mobsters, right? I will die for this casino, man's most noble and mafia-id pursuits.
Oh, there we go.
Bitch, what?
Interior casino. Nicky tells Sam it's all over as their goons carry out bags of money, drugs, and body parts through the casino kitchen.
Sam, it's all over. They're on to us. Our own boss double-crossed us.
Then let me live. Let me die the way I lived. As a man into mafia at the casino.
The FBI bursts into the room, and Sam and Nikki die in a hail of gunfire. They are just absolutely riddled with bullets, bodies twitching. Ginger dies separately off camera of a cocaine-fueled intercourse overdose. We never know her last name. Interior heaven. Sam arrives at the gates of man heaven. They swing open, revealing a casino. God, the dealer, turns to Sam and gives him a wink.
Jackpot. Oh, I didn't even mean to make a joke. Hell yeah. My life was worth it.
The end.
We have had a lot of stage directions in the history of this show, and God, the dealer, is one of the all-time things that has ever been said.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty
Being
close.
the mafia sounds hard. I mean, like, it just would take a toll on you. Just because of all the crime, it seems like, for running a casino.
Life constantly in danger.
From all the mafia things I've seen, it's funny to be like, you know what I love is mafia content. You know how they always referred to it. From all the mafia things I've seen, it seems like they're never undone until one of them does drugs.
Yeah, that does seem to be, or his wife starts doing drugs.
Someone's drugs.
That's the moral message of all of these movies.
It's so funny. They'll be like, you can go kill that guy, but I don't want to see you with any of that smack. Yeah. And then he's like, I won't. And then he does smack, and then the mob is unraveled.
On a very special episode of Mafia, here comes the drug episode where it all goes wrong.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever seen the Mafia parody movie, Jane Austen's Mafia, starring, I want to say, oh man, what was his name?
I've never even heard of this.
It's like a parody in the style of like a Naked Gun.
Right.
What is the guy's name? Jay. He was like a comedian in the 90s. Jay, blonde.
Jay Moore?
Jay Moore is,
yeah.
Again, not someone you'd think you'd cast in a mafia movie, but I believe he is one of the leads.
I think Jay Moore on the low has like a very prolific IMDb. Like I remember, maybe it's just one other thing, but I remember him, we'll look it up here, being in like Pulp Fiction or being in like something where you're just like, what the fuck is Jay Moore? Like, but he was just the comedian people knew. He was good in whatever, you know.
He was good. Jerry Maguire.
He's in, he's got Jay, not Jay Less we're talking about.
Am I right? I think he's either married to or engaged to I don't know if she owns the Lakers now, but the daughter
Jeannie
of,
Buss.
Gina Buss.
Jeannie Buss and Jay Moore, that is a Hollywood couple right there.
It really worked out for him. I couldn't be happier for Jay Moore. No?
He's not in any of
I
these
heard that,
and not married this.
Who is
what if
she?
Aristotle looks it up and Jay Moore like lived in the 1800s?
Who's Jeannie Buss dating? I know it's someone.
We're gonna
heard about it recently.
We'll do some Jay Moore research. I think we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Where are we at there? 22? Is that what you said? Great.
All right.
All right, Jay Moore. I can edit out us looking him up, but I do need to know.
They've been together since 2017. So.
Jeannie Buss?
Well, according to Wikipedia.
Not his Wikipedia.
Well, he's so prolific that doesn't come up in his Wikipedia.
Yeah, who's updating that Wikipedia?
The Lakers don't even.
Jerry Maguire, Street Kings. Oh, he's been. Yeah, maybe it was just Jerry Maguire I was thinking of him in. He is in the Mafia thing. He really just pops up a lot.
He according to his Wikipedia, Moore became engaged to Los Angeles Lakers owner Jeannie Buss just this past December. So
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
He was not in. Why did I think he was in Pulp Fiction? Who am I thinking of? I'm honestly
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The only one we needed more of in that movie. He was great.
I just want to cycle back to when you said mafia content, because it does make me think there should be a subgenre of TikTok where people are making mafia videos.
Yeah.
We're just like threatening to kill someone, like threatening them.
Are you up to this date on this TikTok beef? This guy killed someone. It's pretty crazy. I did bookmark it. Yeah,
there is a weird like runner of like all the I think you should leaves that have like cigars and fedoras in them and stuff.
Yeah,
that's
there
funny.
are a lot. There's a lot going on with that. So I'm thinking about Casino, which I believe is long. I remember it being long. I watched it on a flight and didn't finish it. And I mean, literally any flight that's too long of a movie.
Yeah, agreed.
It was one of the VHS tapes that has 2 tapes.
It's a double
wow,
VHS.
okay.
It starts with a crazy explosion and then it does a flashback.
Hell yeah.
One of those
cool.
sort of things. But then it is just Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, and I don't think Pacino is in this one. Actually, No, he's not. But they're just mobbing
could
around.
have been, though.
I saw
Yeah.
this video. Sometimes I watch those like we interviewed an astronaut about space movies to see what was accurate type of videos. And they interviewed a guy who runs a casino on the Strip. And he goes, the most accurate casino movie of all time is Casino.
Oh,
And then he
Jesus.
stopped for a second. He goes, and that is a testament to how inaccurate the rest are. He's like, it has nothing to do with Casino being accurate or
That's
not.
really
He's like,
funny.
that movie took place at a time where there really wasn't a lot of technology, so it's easy to be accurate. He's like, but it is more a testament to how inaccurate Ocean's
Interesting.
11 is. Like, he's like,
yeah,
there's
no,
like,
no way,
there's
yeah.
no other, like, every other movie that takes place in a casino, he's like, they don't, everything is wrong. It's not just
Yeah.
like that they pull it off, but he's like, everything is wrong in every other movie. And in this one, there were employees. Like, it's like that far off.
That's really funny.
But I remember, as long as good as Pesci's good. I this is one of the ones that, because like I said, I just watched Goodfellas, and in it, in The Irishman, he uses this de-aging technology
right,
on Robert
yes.
De Niro and on Joe Pesci and on Al Pacino, and it's like Hugo, where you're like,
Yeah.
your brain is like, no, thank you.
Uncanny Valley.
It
Yeah,
is
we know
upsetting.
too much. Yeah.
I don't like, just cast someone.
Do you think that Casino is the inferior of the Scorsese movies? Like, would you put?
I think it's generally
Goodfellas
held
and-
below Goodfellas as
Okay.
far as his, like, this is a mob movie that came out in this 2-year period with these same guys in it. It tends to be, I think, like the B side to Goodfellas.
Okay. And how's the second against Scarface, which again are all the same movie to me?
Scarface is kind of held up in a more pulpy way now.
Okay.
It's not as critically renowned,
It's got more moments that are very like memeable though.
but there's not
Yeah.
a single line from Casino that is "Say hello to my little friend" or
Yeah.
something like that.
And I thought that was from there, and I also thought that you think I'm funny. I also thought that was Casino. I'm like, oh, it's gotta
That
have
is
some
Goodfellas.
moment. Yeah, that's Goodfellas. Yeah.
But it, I think Casino kind of is in like Goodfellas' shadow a little bit because they're so, aside from the literal casino, it's the same guys doing the same stuff in the same time period.
And I'll be honest, I've not even seen the Godfather movies. So, what it will take for me to ever actually watch
Right.
Casino, it's not going to happen.
Godfather movies I have
Almost
not
certainly.
seen either. And,
Interesting.
I want to just watch the third one and then get strong opinions on them. I want
I
to be
love
like,
that.
I love The Godfather 3. I think
I don't
and
think
just
you
only
ever
talk to
can. Like
people
that's the
about
thing
that.
is like in order to keep doing this podcast, you have to never see the God.
Yeah.
It is sort of like The Wire is one of the things that the originated the podcast was
I've never seen it.
our age, sort of in that time. People
Yeah.
are you gotta watch the. Oh, you like anything else? There's something better. Like it's like very that attitude, and it's a lot to consume.
I came out as like a lesbian last year, and I have not seen so many queer things that when you tell, and not just lesbians, but like queer people, they're so aghast. And one of those things, if you're like a millennial, is the L word. And I'm like, I will watch it. I don't have the bandwidth to watch seasons of a show from 20 years ago
Right.
that no one is talking about.
There's
Like,
a lot
it'll
of
have to be a
stuff to watch.
private thing, you know?
Well, hopefully this strike goes on long enough that we all have time to watch all the
Well, it's-
scripted
Thank
things.
God, finally.
It's probably one of those things they're going to cut just to make a tax write-off for HBO.
Oh,
or
no, you're right. I
something.
should watch it now
Yeah,
before they get rid of it.
yeah.
Damn it.
Right. Yeah, that's always fun. That's the fun part about prestige things is when you hear that one person wanted to get paid above minimum wage, so they canceled it.
And I feel like this is maybe will mark the, which I kind of look forward to, mark the return to DVDs and Blu-ray, which people buy, but it's like, remember when they're like, you have to own it because at any point it could be gone? Now it's like, no, but that's still true. We just kind of got
Yeah.
used to like you be able to rent it or something.
To people listening, I'm sorry if I talked about this on here. I can't remember or not, but I was watching Matt Damon talk about how DVDs, what would you call it? Where they go away and they're not significant anymore. I can't think of the word.
Like I become obsolete.
Obsolete, that's the word. DVDs and physical media becoming obsolete has kept studios from making mid-level movies.
Shit, well then let's fucking do this.
Because,
like, come on.
he's like, no one wants to make a $90 million comedy when they can't sell 7 million DVDs of Step Brothers afterwards. And he's, because that used to be money
Jeez.
that studios would factor into things.
Right.
They'd be like, oh, if we could break even or even get close to breaking even at the box office, that means that we know what percentage of people will buy that on the other side.
Right, yeah.
And they love director's commentary for comedies. They love director's commentary for indie movies. So
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, places now, it's like horror movies, which I'm sure you are
Exactly,
know
yeah.
so much about now with your podcast, or $1 billion and we'll make $2 billion.
Exactly.
That's what like saved TV shows too. Like I think Family Guy was like, oh shit, the DVD sales are off. And so they had 3 seasons, went away, came back for like now like another 20.
Right.
and like I think Arrested Development maybe.
I do remember Arrested Development's DVDs being a very big thing.
Yes, yeah, I can picture that.
And then it came back for the weird linear, then re-unedited sort of thing. And you're still just like, well, they're still funnier than everyone, but it feels like I'm watching the robot made it.
Yeah.
The only thing the only version of that I saw that I did enjoy, and also there's a casino in it, but did you guys see the third recent season of Twin Peaks, like when they did Twin Peaks: The Return? Have you seen Twin Peaks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Twin Peaks is a recent one for me.
And did you see the most
was this
recent
within the last
season?
2 years?
I think it was before the pandemic it came out.
Okay, then yes, I would have
during the
seen it. I
pandemic.
watched all of the Twin Peak things during the pandemic, so I would have seen it.
A lot of casino business in it, first of all. But I feel like it was the only thing I've seen where they brought back the original cast that it was really worth doing. But that's because it was David Lynch, so it was just like, I'm going to make this even more insane.
I mean, that man invests in giving us the weather every day on YouTube.
God bless him.
I love him. It is so great. And yeah, I loved Twin Peaks. That
Yeah.
was Twin Peaks, honestly, I lived in Williamsburg in like 2011 and 12, and it was like the Who Killed Laura Palmer was spray painted on the door of my apartment building, and I'm like, what does this mean? Anytime someone came over, you haven't seen Twin Peaks? Your door has graffiti. I'm like, how is that? I don't make a lot of decisions of mine based on graffiti. Otherwise, I'd know like a lot more guys with short names.
It was a very Brooklyn 2011 thing to spray paint, though.
Yeah.
It definitely did. It was the stencil thing. It looked pretty good.
That's cool.
I would tell people it was a Banksy. That was a fun thing. We had a good time back then. Well, we're going to get in. We're going to play a few games here. Before we get into the games, though, I want you to be able to tell people about your podcast and stuff like that now, and then you can tell more about it then. Because I briefly mentioned it, so I don't want people to be like, the what.
Thank you. Yeah, my podcast is called Ruined. I co-host with Allison Leiby. I believe a friend of the
Allison
pod.
of like famed
Allison.
scripts on the pod of The Sopranos.
Oh, okay,
and
great.
of Sausage Party, 2 prestige films.
Oh,
She took
boy.
on.
Yeah, wow.
She found out Sausage Party was real and then wrote the script. She was so upset that it was real.
It was part of that Scorsese universe, I think.
Absolutely. I was like, I saw Sasha's Party and I still don't think it was real. I remember being so mad at the end of it when they're going to pass through into reality or something. I'm like, fuck you.
I believe that's the plot to the Barbie movie, isn't it? The people see him.
I'll try to keep an open mind.
I'll keep it in mind when it is like the one of the most acclaimed directors with this insane cast. I'm looking forward to the BM.
But yeah, so our podcast is called Ruined, and the premise of it is basically, instead of going to Wikipedia, I describe a horror movie to Allison, who is both too afraid to watch horror. She's someone who, if she watches horror, gets vivid nightmares, which I think is so psychologically interesting, because also it's paired with, she has the worst memory of anyone I know. I think she has ADHD, but like I've told her about it. She is like I call her God's favorite Etch-a-Sketch because she retains nothing and remembers nothing and is terrified. And I was like, there has to be something connected where like you can't remember anything, and also if you see a movie, you get bad dreams. Like there's something going on. Anywho, if you like horror movies, it's really fun because we are talking about movies that you've seen. But also if you're someone who like similar to her just can't watch, which I get, then you could enjoy hearing about it. I have her like sort of guess what I think, what she thinks happens. She's sort of like obviously like has funny reactions to things.
Right.
And you can listen to it wherever podcasts are sold.
Great.
My wife would love that podcast.
That is,
Oh,
it is
good.
a
Yeah.
wonderful,
about
wonderful
that.
thing.
She cannot watch anything scary.
And it's, as someone who only wants to watch like decapitations, I have to respect that because I'm like, I'm definitely on the other side, and I know that this is bad too. So I support
What
her in
is
that.
something that has she had like any visceral or intense reactions to what a description of a movie? Like, is there one you just
I
like?
can imagine those would be a little disturbing as well.
I mean,
Just
if you
and
like
then-
some of them, like if you read what happens in Midsummer, you're like, well, that's not. I don't know how harrowing that is unless how much detail you have to get into. Versus other ones where it's like The Descent. If you read the plot of that in
Yeah.
one
Such
sentence,
a
it's
good
horrific.
movie.
I love The Descent.
Allison hates birds and finds them very scary and creepy. And it does remind me, have you ever seen the movie Monkey Shines? It's about a paraplegic guy who has like a monkey helper. Unfortunately, they of course become psychically connected, and the monkey starts inadvertently doing his bidding.
Full of classic Hollywood tropes.
And there is a scene, it has nothing to do with the monkey that can read minds or is homicidal, but a scene where a bird gets let out of a cage and it lands on the guy's face, and because he's, I guess he's a quadriplegic, he can't reach and protect himself. So it's just a bird's little claws landing on your face, and Allison's like, I don't know if I could do this.
That is a horrific visual.
Horrific. So she is right, but that's like it was a combination of like that's disgusting and horrifying no matter what,
And a fear of
and
hers.
she's genuinely afraid of birds. Like she finds them so
Has
off-putting.
there is a scene in The Birds,
Which we have done, yes.
which is one of the most incredible. A kid getting his face pecked by a bird, and it looks so fake that it is like beautiful. I don't if you because you've seen it. I guess if you're talking about
I can't
it's
conjure
tough
the
to
image,
like.
but both a school and a children's birthday party are attacked.
Yes,
in that
this
film,
is
so
at
that
one of
stands
those,
to
and it
reason,
cuts
yeah.
to like what is so clearly a fake bird being triggered by fishing line to
Yeah.
fake peck a kid. That you're just like the fact that Hitchcock put this in here might make him the greatest person of all time. I cannot, and I was in like a class in college about Hitchcock, and we were watching it, and I mean, it's great. And the tension is great, and then that happened, and it is like it's like Hitchcock walked on screen and laughed, and you just like it broke everything. It's so visually funny.
But then there is the classic scene that we did talk about because like before the episode I like read about it, where basically he like tortured Tippi Hedren in a room full of birds for
Right.
3 days to shoot that scene. And it's like, well, it turned out great, but that woman was psychologically scarred.
Not a
for
lot
the
of good
rest her
stories about directors forcing method acting on people.
life. Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of those people end up being women. Well, there's probably not anything else to that.
I'm gonna say it. Albert Hitchcock, maybe not a great guy. Great director, not a good guy.
The only example of that. We will look into
shut it
no one
down.
else.
Yeah.
So anyways, this Kubrick guy, we were watching this movie, seemed pretty nice. He seemed pretty down-to-earth guy.
Seemed pretty nice.
You didn't torture Nicholson, he just acted.
I wonder, like,
Let him just act.
if that's like the director going method is like, I'm going to torture people and psychologically manipulate
You don't need to
them.
torture Shelley Duvall. She's the tiredest looking
She's-
person in the world
She's
already.
Shelley Duvall.
She's so good at acting. She's so frail and like whimsic. Like let her act. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not defending the action. I'm just saying
No,
that's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
their psyche.
He's
is
like, I'm a method director.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
It's like, what would directors do? Scream and ruin someone's day?
Yeah.
Well, let's do. What are we looking at? We'll do a game and then we'll get to a break.
35.
All right, we're gonna play one game here.
Okay.
But I wanted to make sure we got talking about the podcast and
Thank you,
not
I
just like
appreciate
hey, here's this, let's leave.
Yeah.
All right, this first game we're gonna play. This is called Before and Afters, and how this works. Oh, you can play it.
Get ready to play before and afters.
How this game works is two movies have been smashed together into one movie, portmanteau or like Before and Afters on Wheel of Fortune. I'll read you the smashed together plot, and you have to tell me the smashed together title.
All right, I'm horrible at games, so I will go ahead and just flag that.
That you can work together. We don't
Okay,
have to
great.
compete. We can
All
be
right.
Thank you.
on
Phew.
this one here.
Yes, we're a team.
I'll try and start with the easier ones here. So it's like some examples: Wolf of Wall Street, Saving Private Silverman,
Okay, great.
Fargo, which is Argo and Fargo. None of them are as good as the examples.
Yeah, those are excellent.
Those are the
I was gonna
reasons
say.
those
Damn.
ones became the examples.
Okay.
And we have people coming up with the titles on, if you guys are listening, on our Discord or send them to me on Twitter or something like that. I have to give it up to Akimdo, Banani, Scott's Alive, and MJ Owens wrote the titles here. I wrote a couple of them as well, and then I came up with the plots. Thank you for submitting these. I can only combine movies so long before behind my right eye hurts. In like you know when words don't have meaning anymore?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then you combine the words to where they're not real words, and you gotta like call your mom.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'll read the plot. You can tell me the title. A redneck man with a wild mullet goes to upstate New York and falls in love with the camp's dance instructor.
Well, I want to say Joe Dirt.
And
Joe Dirty Dancing.
Joe Dirty Dancing.
Yay!
My instruments are right up there. That's okay. I was going to shake something. Post. See? Great.
Magic
That-
of podcasting.
That one I
That
would
it.
say is the easiest.
Okay, yeah. Damn it. All right.
Number 2, after losing everything in the recession, a woman in her 60s decides to live in her van and attempt to survive a zombie apocalypse on her way to an amusement park.
Okay, so Zombieland.
Zombieland for sure.
God, what is that? It had oh my
Lives in a
god.
van. Is it like about Schmidt? No.
No,
After
it's not. It's
losing
got
everything.
Frances. Frances
Frances
McDormand is the woman.
Dormand?
Yes.
Frances McDormand.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, not Dylan McDermott. Frances McDormand.
After
Read-
losing everything
read
in
it again.
recession, a woman in her 60s decides to live in her van and attempt to survive a zombie apocalypse on her way to Zombieland. One of those
for-
movies everyone forgot about. That was real fun.
Yes, absolutely. And there was a sequel. Never saw.
Every time I see anything about it, I'll eat a Twinkie within 2 days. It's like the greatest thing in a movie inducing thing for me that's ever existed.
And again, it feels like of an era where you could still do. And to be fair, it was a zombie movie, but like it was just a comedy. You know, like you're not. No one's really making
a little
those
bit
kind
of unique
movies.
style, a little this, a little that. Game
Stars.
Night. I use Game Night as an example,
love
a recent
Game
example
Night.
of like one where it's coming back, and I wish there were 10 of them a year.
And because I didn't, we all love it. I don't know if we all saw it. I guess that's the problem.
Game
is
Night.
We see,
Oh my god, it was so good.
No, I did. I'm saying, do people go to the theater or do they just wait till it's streaming?
I think people probably just waited. But what's
I
his
saw it.
name? Jesse
Jesse
Plemons in
Plemons,
that movie.
so funny.
Insane.
Jesse Plemons, you want to see? Well, I don't know if you've been in the, but like people are constantly talking about like Ozempic, and those kinds of shots. Jesse Plemons at God, what was recent? What was it? Sundance was the most recent one.
Can?
Can looks like a completely different person.
Jesse
no.
Plemons has definitely. I don't know if he.
I don't want to accuse him, but I'm saying he probably did.
Yeah, I don't know. He looks like he's in the new Scorsese movie that's coming out. A Killing of the Flower Moon.
Which does look good. I do want to see that.
I'm almost done reading it, and it's insane.
Okay.
It's insane. And it's so good, and we're so off topic for the before and after. It's funny. The thing that I really love is how much of it's coming out that he went and he met with the Osage tribe,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
really
he
cool.
rewrote the whole script. He was like, "Oh, well, these people, you know what I mean?" He got firsthand tell of us because he based blah 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 blah, and just adjusted the whole story of the entire thing. And the trailer also is haunting.
The trailers are so good.
I hope it works out for this guy. Martin Scorsese, but Jesse Plemons in it, and you know what? I bet he's fucking creepy. He is so good at that. He's always so creepy. He's always he looks different heights in everything he's in. The man is like, I don't know. Him and Kirsten Dunst in Fargo is so wonderful. Okay, anyways, Jesse Plemons, if you're listening to this, keep it going. Here we go. After losing everything in the recession, a woman in her 60s decides to live in her van and attempt to survive a zombie apocalypse on her way to an amusement park.
So Zombieland, and I mean, like the name of the movie is something like America Land or like Across This Great Land. Like it's some
Aristotle, do you know? We were looking for Nomad Zombie Land.
Oh no, okay.
Nomad Zombie Land.
Okay.
You know Nomad Land, the movie we all think about.
I had no idea what you were talking about.
I can picture it, but I didn't see it.
I remember in Nomad Land, someone told me, Frances McDormand, as good at acting as anyone who has ever existed.
Right.
Great in the movie. The whole movie made me feel not great. It felt, and then someone told me, they're like, well, I was like, I don't know. I didn't feel great watching it. It felt a little exploitative of like very poor Americans, and it didn't feel like upset enough at the circumstances, and it didn't really seem, and they're like, well, the other people in it are actually nomadic people. I was like, well, now I'm more upset. Just make a documentary.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather them just talk to these people instead of being like, tell me your story. Great. Now repeat it at Frances McDormand. I don't know. Something about it.
No, I agree, because it's about essentially when people who are elderly, which will be, by the way, all of us.
I read about that. You're right.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Yeah, now you know, though. You're going to make enough money.
Jono looks up.
No.
He has nothing to say about it.
But it's like you reach 65 or 70, you're like, instead of, like, it's like, I don't have savings, so I'm going to get in an RV and meet these other people.
Live off of $2 a day.
And just kind of whatever happens.
Yeah.
I think your point's like, yeah, the fact that America does this, it's like, we should maybe talk a little bit more about that.
Right. They went so far as to, which I did appreciate, have Amazon be in it instead of like a company called like Foresty that she works at or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Well, I think we're gonna take a break and get back to all these ones here. I'm trying to remember breaks because the podcast.
42.
Great.
All
right, we're back. We're playing before and afters. We've got 1.5 of them so far. Here we go. A bride continues her campaign of revenge to assassinate her former boss and lover and finds herself in Miami, now in a new city, but yet again involved in street racing.
So Kill Bill. And then some sort of what are the Fast and Furious?
A bride continues her campaign of revenge to assassinate her former boss and lover and finds herself in Miami, now in a new city, but yet again involved in the street racing scene.
Let's see, Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, Tokyo Drift.
Fast X. It might not be the Fast and Furious Miami version of it. What's the Miami version of this?
Damn, I haven't.
Bride, you guys are in all in the right world here. Bride continues her campaign of revenge.
So Kill Bill Volume 2, Fast, Too Furious.
Kill Bill Volume 2, Fast, Too
yay!
Furious.
Good job.
Couple of sequels,
Excellent
the
work.
squeakquel, if you will. Here we go. A group of oil drillers tasked with stopping an asteroid uncover increasingly disturbing discoveries when a young black man meets his white girlfriend's family for the first time.
Wait, could you read the first one part again?
A group of oil drillers tasked with stopping an asteroid
Armageddon, guess who's coming to dinner?
uncover increasingly disturbing discoveries when a young black man meets his white girlfriend's family for the first time.
Wait. Get Out and Armageddon?
Armageddon Out.
Armageddon!
Yay!
We did it.
That's an all-time one for saying.
That's a great
Hi,
one.
Mojo. He's down there sleeping now.
Your dog's doing a great job.
He's doing a great job.
I'm right down.
He has become. I think the problem is I'm trying to get him to like not care about people, but now he's almost territorial of the room.
Yeah.
And that's like he's too familiar. When he would first come in here, he's like, I don't know where I am, so I'll sleep. But now he's like, oh, I'm at my room where the lighting's awful.
Yeah, I'm at my job.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let me see which ones we haven't done. Yes. We got 2 more. A young boy who can see the ghosts of the deceased uncovers a caveman frozen in ice in his backyard.
So Sixth Sense and Encino Man. Encino Man?
The Sixth Encino Man!
Yay!
Oh, it's upsetting seeing everyone realize that's all it is.
No, I'm having a great time.
Oh, it's this? What are you doing?
I just like being reminded of Encino Man.
I just like clapping.
All right, one more.
I
This
loved
one-
Encino Man as a kid. I thought,
Oh
like,
my
this is
gosh.
hilarious.
I bet it holds up too.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty fun. I remember Sean Astin is making some
Yes.
face, and then a guy like leans into frame and shakes his head no.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's like one of the funniest shots that I've ever seen. I would just be like, I start doing this, the head no with my friend.
Oh, that was the bully guy, and he was
Yeah.
in nothing else. He was so good as that bully,
Yeah.
though. He's got such a bully face.
Maybe he got reprimanded.
Oh.
I think maybe Gary Busey's kid took all of his work from there on out.
Oh, he was in things for a little bit.
Yeah, like Starship Troopers. That guy could have been in Starship Troopers
Yeah.
as a kind of a bully as well. All right, last one. This one, I believe is Bananas, and the title is if Dr. Frankenstein put this title together, it wouldn't have woke up.
Okay,
That's
great.
how poorly put
Okay,
together
great.
it is.
Perfect.
A 500-pound animal consumes a massive amount of drugs and sets off across a prehistoric landscape in search of the necromancer who killed his family and stole his father's sword.
So Cocaine Bear.
I haven't seen it, but it sounds like it's that Viking movie. Fuck, I don't know the name of it.
Not the Northman.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay. Read the whole thing again.
A 500-pound animal consumes a massive amount of drugs and sets off across a prehistoric landscape in search of the necromancer who killed his family and stole his father's sword. This is a real, you probably know it or you don't.
I was gonna say I don't know a ton of.
I don't know if anyone's
necromancer
gonna like
films.
Is that like
re-talk
Willow or
themselves into
something?
this. All right, I'll give everyone listening a chance to guess.
I'm excited to find out though.
All right, this is Cocaine the Barbarian.
Oh, that's fun.
With cocaine and bear in Barbarian and cocaine the Barbarian.
That's great. I've never seen Conan the Barbarian.
In print, looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I love that one. I was like, I could never do this one because no one will ever get it. And I was like, but it has to be said out loud.
I'm glad to hear it.
All right, we're moving on to a new game. There's no music for this one, but I think we have a song for a game without a song. You can play that theme song.
This is a song for a game without a song, yeah. They're about to play a game without a song.
This game is called Duck Duck Go Luck Guessing the Predictive Text.
Oh boy.
So DuckDuckGo, which is the Yahoo of Google's,
Oh.
it's more of the Ask Jeeves of Yahoos, if you will. I only did DuckDuck. So you know how when you type stuff into Google or whatever, it guesses what you're about to say. It's like if you type in Kyle Ayers, it'll be a comedian or hopefully
I would say
feet.
Google has totally fallen apart. I don't know if you've
Google's
noticed
are all the
this.
same. So I gave up on Google.
Yeah, it's definitely not what it once was.
It doesn't have the intuitive or efficiency.
Well, because it's just all paid ads. So apparently,
Yes.
I read something about it. Literally, I've accepted so many paid ads that it essentially started to break the algorithm. So then you can't actually get good sources anymore,
Right.
which seems bad.
It does seem bad that everyone's primary sources are paid for.
Yeah,
It's the government.
I think it might be the.
No, I mean it's the equivalent of the government. Everyone who's actually doing all the decision making is just paying to be up there.
Man, you're really laying it down.
I know.
You really
You guys
blow
should.
my mind.
Let's go to an advertisement real quick.
Hey everybody, this is Athletic Green they're pulling up. So are you good on DuckDuckGo? And I type it in, and they have a little more options.
Okay.
All right.
Where they're like, they kind of are typing in what people probably are searching. And I'm going to tell you the thing. You have to guess what it's going to fill in. I haven't really been keeping score, but I feel good about that. So I typed into DuckDuckGo, movies with, and then the letter T.
Ooh.
Movies with, and then the letter T. And we'll go back and forth. You get a few strikes each. See if you can get any of them here. The further down it is, the more it's worth. Halle, we'll start with you. Movies with the letter T.
I'm going Terminator.
Terminator is not in here. No
Damn
movies
it.
with Terminator. Jono?
I was gonna say Terminator.
Fuck.
Really?
Come on, there's got to be some Terminators in these movies.
Oh, no. I mean, a little ways down. Could have been on. They let you even scroll, but I didn't.
Movies with Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is the number 2
Okay,
answer.
all right.
The number.
Is it like a Family Feud thing?
It could be called like Duck Duck Good. No, that's not good either.
That's not
It is a little bit
good.
like a
Could
Family
be.
Feud thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We got 8 answers here. The number 2 one is out.
Yeah.
And feel free to work together on this one and brainstorm as well.
Okay.
Damn,
Movies with a T.
Movies with a T. Movies with.
I mean, it's Pride Month, so maybe trans actors.
I like that.
No, that is not on here.
But that was a hopeful answer, and
yeah.
if only.
You're being too generous to who probably uses DuckDuckGo.
I would love
I believe
to
it's
know.
mostly Reddit users.
I'd
so.
say like maybe they're like the anti people who are trying to find them and
I will say
boycott it or
there's
something.
nothing
Right,
like
damn it.
there's nothing that current and relevant on there. Like so,
okay.
not hyper within the week or month.
Time travel.
Ooh,
Yes, time travel is the
damn,
number
that's
7
great.
answer.
Excellent
The
work.
number 7 answer. There's only one more answer that's not a person.
Oh.
Transformers.
Ooh.
No. No.
I'm horrible
Once
at
again,
this game.
DuckDuckGo, you type in trans and they will not let it show up in the search.
Right.
Formers, people.
Your
Movie
screen
with
just explodes.
transmissions in Fast and Furious movies.
That's the only one that shows up. All right, we have Tom Hanks. We have time travel.
Tyler Perry.
Yes,
Oh
that's
my
the number 6
God.
answer. This is insane.
You're crushing this. Thank God you're here. I have nothing to add to this.
Tom Hardy.
No.
I'm trying to think of women with T names.
Taylor or something.
Movies. Oh no, you said it's all people for now.
Movies
right?
with T. There's one more non.
movie with TV adaptations.
No, but that is you're in the right like kind of world. It's about him. That's the number 8 answer is tough.
Movies with TV actors. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm just gonna eat
That is
shit.
okay. It's literally impossible to because it's a game where I screenshot duckduckgo.com. So how bad? Like what's the bar here? All right, what are we looking at here? We got Tom Hanks.
Are you allowed to give us some hints eventually?
I can give you the rest of them besides one are actors.
Okay.
Actors or actresses? Or are they all?
All men.
Oh, of course, of
Doug
We have
course.
Tyler
Go.
Perry, time travel, and Tom Hanks.
Tracy Morgan.
Ooh.
When I tell you who any of the other people
Oh,
are,
no.
you're gonna feel insane that you guessed Tracy Morgan as the
no.
most searched.
Okay, so they're all white, is what it?
No, they're just all
No, just
much,
much
more
more
famous
famous.
than Tracy Morgan. At least
I'm
like
not-
being searched more often
Fair
than
enough.
Tracy Morgan. Although
Yeah.
it could be in his world to search himself so much that he
Yeah.
shows up on the top searches for movies with T.
And I just feel like I've
Tom
Googled
Cruise.
Tom Cruise is
Tom
number
Cruise.
4
I feel like I've definitely Googled Tracy Morgan before Tom Hanks. Like I just
Yeah.
have never Googled
because
Tom
you know
Hanks.
all the stuff about Tom
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hanks.
it doesn't come up.
Right.
Looking for the Tom Hanks
Damn
deep
it.
cut.
Oh, T names.
Uh,
Tim Robbins.
No.
Fuck.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yes, Timothy
Oh my
Chalamet is
God.
on there.
You helped with the Timothy.
All right.
No, don't give me that credit. You were just
So
crushing
we
this
have
game.
time travel. Tyler Perry, Timothy Chalamet was number 5 answer. Tom Cruise was 4. Tom Hanks was 2. So we have 1, 3, and 8. I don't think you're gonna get 8. 1 and 3 are pretty gettable.
Number
1
one.
is a trick.
Oh.
1 is a little tricky.
Is that the one that's? Is it an actor?
It
or?
is an actor,
Oh.
and I'm gonna give you guys 8 here while you think. 8 is movies with twist endings.
Oh, fun.
That's a nice search.
That's very
a nice
fun.
search. So we got 2 more actors now. 2 of the
Damn.
most famous actors in the world right
Fuck
now.
me. My mind is a blank. The T names.
It's insane how, like, I see it, I'm like, of course, but when I typed in T, I was like, I wouldn't think any of this stuff.
What are the most famous actors in the world?
Aristotle. Any guesses from the back?
Travolta?
No.
Oh, good one though.
We have movies with Tom Holland.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And number 1, movies with The Rock.
That is a twist.
amazing.
Good.
That's the whole reason I chose this category is
Incredible.
how stupid the number 1 was.
And also, I feel like
I thought it
that
would be a
is
fun
who's
reveal.
Googling on that
Right.
search engine is someone who doesn't know his name.
Right.
He's just The Rock. I don't
Right.
fucking need
I wonder
know.
if you Google movies with The Rock the movie shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you type in movies with A, it says movies with The Rock in it. That's number 1. No, it's not.
Incredible.
But that'll be
I believe you though. I did
movies
believe
with
you.
Anne The Rock.
Damn.
Well, hey, we got time for one more game, I think, here. This game is called Guess What Movie Kyle's Dad is Describing, having only watched the trailer and never having heard of the movie The Game.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Guess what movie trailer Kyle's dad is describing, having only watched the trailer and never having heard of the movie game.
Great.
How this works is my dad watches a movie trailer. He writes down what's happening. He reads back what he wrote down. My dad does not know any actors. He does not know any movies. He has not been to a movie theater since Space Jam 1. So he's working on it, though. I will give
I
him
was gonna
his
say, he
credit.
knows he can go, right?
He
They're
falls
still there.
asleep. He falls
Okay,
asleep.
yeah.
This is at this, but he is watching stuff. It's so easy to get it at home now too, and
Yeah.
he is working on it. He'll be like, I watched some movie. It was not good. Stuff like that. We'll talk about stuff like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that. Although he did love Pixels.
Oh, that's fine.
He, I don't know if he liked it, but he just couldn't. He's seen so few movies that it like fucking blew his mind. Do you know what I mean?
Look at what they're doing with the pixels now.
It's like when an 8-year-old has only seen like, hey, you see Jurassic Park? It's like,
Right.
yeah, man.
That is exactly what he's like. Because I know he loves like Kevin James and Adam Sandler,
Mm-hmm.
and he watches like Pixels, and he's like, I don't fucking know how they even got Pac-Man in that. And I'm like, what, do you mean like contractually, like his agent or something?
He plays hardball. You know this.
So here we go. He'll just you have 2 options you can choose there from there, Aristotle. I don't remember what either of them are. Go ahead and pick it and play it. You can guess it any time, or you can wait till the end to guess it here. You might.
Okay. He's going to show how this is done. They're holding up the glasses. He says there's a flutter. You're not supposed to chew gum while you do this. Music kicks in.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
The taller guy is getting married.
Okay.
They're going to party with these girls and celebrate this guy's book deal.
Oh, I remember now.
The day after yesterday is today. She's beating him up with a helmet.
Oh,
They're
sideways.
running around.
It is
this
sideways. Oh my gosh, what a poll!
He says
Incredible.
that
I've never
over a
seen it.
field.
It doesn't matter. I think he's pretty much done.
That's so funny.
What a poll.
And that was incredible. That was really, you're great at this.
Only the smashing him with the
You really got that. I'll call you Pol Giamatti. That was such a good grab.
Heyo.
Or Pol other guy. I can't remember his name, which doesn't run all the time.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah.
Great.
That's
That was
what
so
I'm.
fun.
That's what I'm searching. That's what I'm.
Movies. For that, you have to type in movies with Thomas Hayden CHUR, and then it's still like they're spelling Christensen wrong. Well, hey, Halle, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
This
you
is
for
so
having
fun.
Never Seen Casino. I loved it
My
so
pleasure.
much. Jono, thank you for being here and haven't seen Casino.
Yes.
If you tell them again about Ruin, tell them about anything you want to let them know about where you're at online, all that sort of stuff.
Oh, sure. You can follow me at Halle Kiefer on Twitter and Instagram. And again, you could get Ruined anywhere you get your podcasts. And it's for both people who like horror movies. So, as someone who loves them, I frequently will seek out other people retelling of them. So, it's kind of a fun thing to listen to. And then if you genuinely cannot watch horror movies, this is a great way for you to find out what happens in a visceral but not terrifying way. Yeah. And Allison's very funny. So
It sounds perfect for the people who listen to this. Because what I always say about this is it's really fun if you have or haven't seen the movie.
exactly.
So that's exactly, you can get 2 different experiences.
I had
Whatever
a
one you're
blast.
searching for.
This
Thank
is
you. Yeah.
fun.
Oh, I love it. John, I'll let people know what's going on.
I'm out there. I'm doing stuff.
Hell yeah.
I don't have a podcast. I do
Yet?
have
Sounds
a
amazing.
yes. Although I hear it's the worst time to get into a podcast right now.
You got it. Oh, yeah.
No, there was an advertiser the other year.
Yeah.
The whole industry's falling apart, but what industry isn't, apparently? So.
I'm on strike. I was going to say vote for authorization if you're in SAG, but you already did. Congratulations to
Yay.
everyone.
Great.
I have a monthly show called The Secret Show, The Blind Barber. It's go to barbersecretshow.com and sign up for our email list. We have incredible lineups. We have one next Monday coming out.
Great. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a good day.
I've never seen it.